Oh, you feel terrible, Nareth.
Well, I remember we were fighting something, and there were lots of flashy lights. Oh, my head.
People saw me lose control. I'm very embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
Oh,
They don't know. You know because you can hear me in your head.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't.
true.
So we could simply tell them it is a necklace that would not help, and so we will not put it on Nareth, and just leave it at that. I imagine at least you and I, Suave, would potentially begin to need some food, and they could have non-perishable items.
I also need food. Just as a note.
Good. Did not want to assume one way or the other. Was going to ask.
No, that's fine.
Jane has already been fed.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, that means you must know where the food is already, then.
Lorcas is the food.
I have no clue what's going on in that department. All of a sudden, both of them just started acting funny.
Yeah, we're like walkie-talkies.
But the thing to consider is you might explode.
I promise you, I will not explode.
If I'm buddying up with either of you two, then I'm going with whichever one wasn't the way to put a strange necklace on the other fucker.
What is this about a strange necklace?
Presumed to possibly be helpful. It's not. It's put away.
I mean, I guess right now we have no reason to split up anyway, so maybe it's better if we just stay as a group.
Now, Nareth, before you go much further, there were husks on this floor a while ago. So if you're gonna fall unconscious because you're squeamish again, then maybe, you know.
I really don't know why I fell unconscious. I mean, I'm a little squeamish, that's true, but I've really never had that happen before. But you know, it's really hard to say precisely the.
You're probably hungry. I'm hungry. Oh!
Jane!
it heard that.
Don't go with vicious, kill him with a vicious fork. Go boy. Fork, my son.
Suave, this time you get it right between the eyes. It hits the thing in the brain, and you see it go down.
So Loricus kind of mentally realizes that, and Jane gets all that information mentally as well.
Oh wow, this is like a really fast fax, but with brains.
Is this some sort of telepathic shit I'm too dumb to understand?
I believe it might be a side effect from having helped Jane earlier when they were unconscious.
That's odd.
Oh. So,
I was almost dead.
Right.
that's,
Magic is weird, and I distrust it.
Is that not invasive?
Well,
What the fuck's gonna happen when you sleep?
Yeah, you're gonna like dream together.
I am hoping that it'll wear off over time. And it isn't exactly magic. It is psionics, which
That just
seems
sounds-
similar to magic. It is a thing I am studying. I won't try to get into it right now. We are doing other stuff.
That just sounds like magic with extra steps.
Bionics
Actually,
is
it
food.
is fewer steps. If I could tell you about it, but we're
In my
doing
world,
other things right now.
She'd just be kind of a really good chef. Where
Oh goodness.
there's food in there that you guys like.
You see a husk standing in the kitchen, ambling about, doesn't seem to have noticed you. You may assassinate it right here.
Those petals coat the backside of this creature who doesn't know they're coming, and then just wilt and wither and pull on him.
So basically this thing is arms and a head now, but it's crawling at you.
Oh gosh.
Yes, the feathers
That's fine, I'm
essentially
first to turn
bisected
over
it,
again.
and its legs have fallen off, but the arm and head part are still crawling because it sees you in the hall.
You should be safe. You're not. You're outside of the 5-foot radius.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Took another dynamite at it.
Let's go.
In the kitchen, I'm a little trapped. Nareth,
Yes.
can you come help us potentially pack up some food?
Yes, of course. Are you?
All right.
Yes.
There's another door up here. Perhaps if we... one person on either side.
Yes.
Suave, as you begin to look around, you notice that everything looks either broken or rotten. Laraikis, when you see that refrigerator, you know that that is a fridge of holding and a fridge of colding.
Guys, if we do manage to find like the captain's quarters or anything, would it be an idea to ask the ship when the last stardate was?
I have actually already done that.
Oh, well, what did it say?
It was about 6 months ago. The onboard clock is broken and has frozen.
Suave, you know that that date is probably around the day you got picked up for ping. All of you heard on the news just before you boarded ping about this cruise ship going missing.
I'm
So
with you. I'm with you there.
it seems very likely we are dealing with a temporal dissociation. And I'm also
What now?
a temporal dissociation, but possibly worse than that, as I'm also beginning to think, and this is why I really want to get a hold of the captain so that we could sedate her. But, this ship was not going through a maw when it disappeared. I don't believe we're in the normal plane of space anymore.
Well, fuck a
completely
doodle do.
different
Ain't that convenient? Do you reckon there's any chance of us getting home?
Well, actually, I think that it is possibly a better news for us to be in some sort of different dimension. Because it is possible we would be able to come out of it. As long as it is not one of the large, vast other planes that could get very dangerous. So far, this one seems relatively benign. There's nothing out there. But, I'd really like it if we could get better census.
I don't know. How often do you hear about a ship disappearing into the middle of buttfuck nowhere, other dimension, and coming back? I've heard of ships coming back from outside the galaxy, but not from outside the fucking plane of existence.
Well, I come from other planes of existence, and it's been just fine being able to move around. I don't know why that seems like it's so far-fetched.
It's okay, Laura. I still like you.
You really gotta start having your fucking conversations out loud.
But also so that you can unlock the engine parts that you so desperately seek down below. They need a captain's authorization to be released.
That floor is called the hunting grounds. So, if we are going to go there, I suggest we double back down to the games and shops to load people up with better armor and weapons.
As the elevator stops with a ding, you all notice that this time the lights aren't turning on.
If you're not going to participate in additional crime adventures, perhaps you could help me with, the security room information that we could...
We are not letting Thwarls onto our ship.
I think honestly what we should do is once we get the captain's card, we should honestly grab as much as we can.
Oh, they'll eat any fucking thing. They're more attracted to, the whole, like, electricity and techno-magic element of it. They're like moths to a fucking flame. Wires just happen to be the most easily chewable, but once that fails, they'll go for the harder stuff. Motherboards and circuits and things like that.
Oh, wow, these are expensive. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's
I'll do that.
go.
I think we shouldn't be wasting our time in stuff like this. I think we should really be moving on and scavenging the rest of the ship, guys.
We're just wasting time until you finish shopping.
I've finished shopping. I was waiting for you.
Ah, well then. Sure. What are we waiting for?
Where is the vending machine?
56 more, Jane.
The vending machines are
For
all over.
pharmaceuticals. Sorry, let me clarify.
That would be the Crash vending machine, but it mostly just sells soda.
Yes, the most popular soda known in the verse, Crash Cola. What kind of crash are you craving?
Of me. It is a machine, and that means that it can be taken apart. Can I inspect it for taking it apart and dismantling it rather than utilizing the credit system?
And you run at it, and you do get a crash out of it for free. It spits out 1 Crash Cyworm Infusion flavor at you. You didn't
Okay,
manage
how do
to
we-
turn the whole thing to free, but you did get a free can out of it. You are able to get a hold just very delicately. You slide your mage hand through where the slot that's supposed to be the drink retrieval, and then very carefully up, and you can feel it with your mind, the ridges of the packet. It's a little foil packet that you just yank the top off of, and it smells like sunshine inside and that little amp fill. And before you know it, that mage hand has brought it into your physical hand, and you have 1 dose of amp.
I know that maybe you didn't like the dress so much, but I got you proper armor. Will you try it?
Absolutely, as long as I don't turn into a pretty choker again. Bobby, what's a good boomstick in this?
A good what stick?
I want to shoot things.
You thinking of range or power? Depends what you want.
What?
Do you want range or do you want power?
Why not both?
Oh, so you want something in between. That's fine. Let me see.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna buy a gun. This is something I never thought I'd do when I was crunching numbers.
Right. Well, shall we start actually part scavenging then?
Are we going to the hunting room?
We're going to the hunting grounds.
I don't know if this is the greatest idea that we've had.
Oh, it's the worst idea that we've had, but
I think those are the
we
same.
need that captain.
Be okay. Let's go.
So, with new resolution, you
well-
decide to go to the hunting grounds.
The
Ooh.
swirls! There's a swirl right there, Swabby!
Yeah, what else is fucking new? If I had to kill every throw on the ship, we'd be here forever.
Let us make this quick.
Okay, sure.
Guys, there appears to be some sort of robot up north. Don't let it see you, maybe.
You think it might be, yeah, it could be a security drone. It looks like it.
How about this?
I'll.
I will walk over there and we'll see if it activates. If it does not, Nareth, you can, I suppose, try to get it to help us the way we got Ein to help us.
As you step within 10
Bobby.
feet of it, Laura, it does hum to life. The teal output screen, and it reads, "Do you need assistance?"
Touch the yes?
Administering assistance. You just see this robot pull out a needle or an injector, place it down where your arm would have been had it gotten a hold of it, and hit the injection, and it just squirts the solution into the ground. And then it says assistance rendered across the telescreen.
What are we looking for again? The captain?
I think so, yes.
Would it be an idea to leave some sort of trail behind us so you can tell where we've been?
In my head, I say to Jane, tell Suave that we will just go in a spiral and be able to find our way back.
What?
You
Great.
see the husk, and it sees you. It's trying to come at you. It was chasing a thwirl, but it appears to be caught in what looks like a bear trap.
As Nareth, for the 4th time shoots and misses, Larikis kind of tries to catch her eye and sort of has the dynamite and the frag grenade in her hand and kind of reaches it towards her do you want these instead, maybe? Try your luck with them?
Okay,
Who has
do we
the
wanna do?
security pad?
I have security access.
Yes, please do that instead of sending that alarm off again.
Oh!
Whoa.
Ah,
Gun,
why I don't stand in
gun. Fuck.
doorways!
Fuck me sideways.
I encase it in petals, and then the petals pull it down before turning to dust, because I don't want Suave to accidentally breathe it in, because it seems like they're having trouble breathing.
It pulls the husk down, turning to dust, and Suave does not further breathe it in. In fact, Suave, your breath returns to you as the husk releases your breath as it dies.
Oh, could we stop for an hour? I think I'm really, really not doing well.
Yeah, you
Oh,
look
you're
like
alright.
you look like crap.
I feel like poop.
So as you sit down and rest, does anybody talk about anything, or do you just let a nice quiet settle over you? So as you sit down and rest, does anybody talk about anything, or do you just let a nice quiet settle over you.
I could really just do with a rest.
Out of nowhere, Laura just hears, "Hi, hi, I'm in your head."
This was great because Laura sat down and did like a I'm gonna meditate. I've got myself settled into a crossed leg, straight back, relaxed position, and she was beginning to empty her mind and center her emotions, and then fucking Jane just Kool-Aid Man crashes into her in her sanctum.
God!
As Jane
Yeah.
tends to want to do.
Laura's eyes open real fast, and she goes, "That wasn't exactly pleasant."
Oh, sorry.
Wait, is this out loud or is this in your head still?
That was out loud. That was out loud.
You two really need to start having your conversations out loud.